quite brilliant, aren't they?
What's up, and welcome back to Ramyn Miniatures. If you haven't seen it already, last episode that I did was kind of a showcase showing off my little desert Tau squad. And in this video, I will be showing you kind of how to paint them. It isn't too hard. It really only involves two paints from the Master Series paints, Harvest Brown and Desert Sand. They are really cool paints, and I do recommend that. I got them in this one paint set because I was into D&D, and I still am, and I got that for painting D&D, but now I'm painting Warhammer with it. So I will jump right into the video now. Okay, let's begin. First, you do need to take the Harvest Brown, or just really any type of brown, but I would recommend Harvest Brown. That is what I am using, and kind of lightly apply it to the model, like so. Sorry if you can't see, if I'm holding it up too high. Your hands will get quite dirty with paint, but it's fine. Check in every little crevice to make sure there's no unpainted spots, because even though it doesn't really matter, it kind of looks nicer and looks more realistic when there aren't little kind of grayish spots, or, well, that's for the Tau and other guys. Some other factions can use different colors more according to their kind of paints for the plastic, but yeah, you don't really want to leave any unpainted spots. Okay. So I will paint my other model, and then once my first one dries, I will show you really how to kind of use the desert sand. The Harvest Brown does kind of look very kind of light and bold, but go watch my Desert Tau showcase in order to see what it looks like as a final product. As you can see, it's kind of dark and bold. Well, I just said light, but by dark I meant bold. Kind of full of color. Yeah, Mom? I'm just making a video. Yeah, sorry, that's my mom. So you just kind of brush up. Sorry, I keep holding it too high up. And it's basically like a rough painting, just like my other one. I'm just kind of doing it quick, less detailed. Oh, we need a little more on the leg there. How's he looking so far? And put that down to dry. And I will see you when it dries. Okay, when painting on the desert sand, you want to do a painting technique called dry brushing, where basically you kind of get the paint on your brush there, kind of scrape it off a bit so that's not like completely layered in. Oh, I did not clean my brush from the Harvest Brown. So yeah. As a comparison, I have these two guys. This one was with the dry brushing. You can see the desert sand as more of a detail and kind of layer. And with this guy, I didn't dry brush, and you can just see how there's like gloopy kind of bits of desert sand paint. Well, the next part, I guess, is actually painting the desert paint on. Okay, for this one, I did it facing me because the first time when it wasn't, I was kind of sitting in an uncomfortable position. But this guy is mostly dry, so I'm pretty sure it's time to apply the desert sand. Let's move on. Okay, so like I said in the short clip a while before, not a while, but like a bit before, you get the desert sand on your brush, scrape it off the dry paint, and kind of very lightly kind of brush the little guy. So that's not too hard, and it just applies a little detail. Kind of like flicking instead of more smearing. Yeah? I know. You can see kind of lightly applying it. Sure. I know, I just need a bit, Mom. Yeah, I'm kind of on a little tight schedule. I have something right after this. Kind of dry off my brush. And lightly apply. Okay, I think the first guy's done. Now we just gotta let it dry. Just getting a bit of Harvest Brown paint on it. Well, that's what happens when you don't let it dry. Well, once again, desert sand on the brush. And I'm trying to mainly paint the dry parts and avoid the kind of not dry parts, I guess. And as always, if you get too much paint on, always have a napkin with you, and you can always wipe it clean off. I'm actually gonna do that to some of the leftover wet paint. Dry. Yeah, definitely not my best work because I was kind of rushing and I did not let the paint dry. But a successful painting will result this. Kind of the Harvest Brown kind of dirtied with the desert sand. Like you can see it on the little crevices right there. Pretty cool. And I'm just going to let these dry and we will cut to that.
Bye.
So that's going to do it for the video. This is the end result of the desert painting. Not too bad. Well, I am kind of new to painting, and I do think this turned out quite well. And I will learn in the future how to paint better, but that's really going to do it for the video. And I don't know if I can maneuver it correctly, but that's really the end result of painting. And I will see you in the next video.